Hi, this is Ivan Misner with IvanMisner.com, and today I want to talk about rejection. That's right, rejection. Back in 1994, I authored the first edition of a book called The World's Best Known Marketing Secret. I was out promoting the book and trying to get bookstores to carry it. Back then, one of the ways to do that was to go to bookstores and do what I like to call drive-by signings. That's where you just drop off and if they have copies of your book, you sign those books. Well, a friend of mine said that there was a local neighborhood bookstore that didn't have any copies of my book. It was literally on my way home one day from the office, and I stopped off at the bookstore and I sat there in my car, too paralyzed to go in. I wanted to ask them if they would mind carrying a few copies of my book. However, I just sat there in the car too nervous to go in and ask. I thought, well, what if they say no? What if they say they didn't like the book or didn't want the book? Thank you so much, but not interested. It wasn't a big bookstore, and I wasn't sure that they'd be willing to carry a book from an unknown author back then. I sat there too embarrassed to go in. I swear I almost put the key back into the ignition, turned it on, and backed out. Yes, that's when cars had keys with ignitions. I was so close then. I thought, okay, wait. If I don't go in, what's going to happen? Chances are pretty good if I don't go into the store, nothing would happen, and they'd continue to not carry the book. If I do go in and ask, they might tell me they don't want it, and then I'm in the same position that I'm in right now. But if I go in and ask, and they say yes, that made me realize that the only choice that would most likely lead to a positive outcome was to go in. Doing nothing would get me the same thing that I had now, which was nothing. So I literally sat in the car and said to myself, suck it up, Buttercup, go on in. This will be over in 10 minutes. Nobody's going to actually get hurt doing this. There'll be no hospitalization involved. It's not that big a deal. It's just a no. So I went in. I brought a copy of the book, and I said, I'm the author of this book. Some of your stores in your chain are carrying it. Now, I live locally, and I just wondered if you would mind having a few copies, maybe 3 or 4. If so, I'd be more than glad to come in and sign them when they come in. They said, oh, that would be great. You're a local author. We love local authors. We'll get 20. Will you come back and sign them all for us? I said, yeah, I'd be glad to come back and sign them. So they ordered 20 copies. I came back in a couple of weeks and I signed them all. I remember thinking back then that this was sort of a nexus point for me in terms of rejection. I could do something or I could do nothing. Not doing something, not doing what I wanted, would give me the same response as what I presently had, which was no books in the store. Only taking the risk could result in success. So I tell people, don't let the fear of rejection stop you from doing what you're excited about. If you're excited about your business, don't let rejection stop you. You have to just know that when it comes to asking somebody to do something, some will, some won't, so what? It's not the end of the world. I just had to put myself in the frame of mind that this is just not that big a thing. If someone doesn't want to do it, that's okay. A really good friend of mine, Dr. Mark Golston, likes to say something that I absolutely love. He says, we have a lot less control over winning or losing at something than we do over trying or quitting something. Always try. You can eventually win. If you always quit, you can never win. When people give up, even in their thoughts, it's game over. I've always thought that I may not be the most successful man in a room, I may not be the smartest man in a room, but I am pretty confident that I am usually one of the most persistent men in the room. That commitment to trying, to going out and connecting and asking has helped me succeed. I think it is one of the things that consistently helps anyone have long-term success. The whole process has to begin with the old axiom, if you think you can or you think you can't, you'll be right. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is Dr. Ivan Misner with IvanMeisner.com. Thanks for watching.